Hello everybody, this is Lara from pureelliottwave.com with a new analysis for you of Tesla. I think it was March or May this year, earlier this year I analysed it. I'm going to update that analysis. Before I go there though, I've got something super exciting I want to show you. On my website I have some subscriptions. I provide more regular analysis on my website as on a paid subscription basis. And we're now offering the opportunity to pay for these subscriptions using a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies. So I have the S&P 5 daily, gold, US oil and Bitcoin once a week. That's Pure Elliott Wave Weekly. Or you can just get Bitcoin once a week for $40 a month. Or you can just get the S&P 5 times a week with a video once a week. So if you just wanted, for example, Bitcoin once a week and you wanted to pay with a cryptocurrency, if you go to the subscribe page, you can enter your information here and pay with a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies. And then you can choose which currency you want to pay in. And it'll set up a monthly subscription or recurring payment profile for you, and you can pay with a cryptocurrency for subscribing to my regular analysis. Okay, let's jump into Tesla. I think that's fantastic. Let's jump into looking at Tesla. I'm just going to do classic technical analysis because this is an equity. It may not have enough volume for a good looking Elliott wave count. I learned the hard way with Apple over the years, some years ago, that it just doesn't always have really great looking Elliott wave structures. Now I possibly could, and I may again start to do Elliott wave counts for equities, particularly the larger ones like Tesla and Apple, but for now I'm just going to look at Tesla, some classic analysis using stock charts, data and charts. When we step back and look at the bigger picture for Tesla on a monthly chart, I noticed this huge consolidation that lasted 6 years. I've put these boxes around this consolidation to highlight this movement. I probably could have moved it over a little bit further to the left actually. For 6 years it consolidated with support, final support about 12, support a little bit higher within that, and resistance about 25. It broke out upwards. A back test of support, such typical behaviour, moves up and away with corrections along the way, and then up here we start to see some bearishness and divergence between price and RSI, double bearish divergence here, and now it's moving into a new consolidation. Support now, final support is about 180 and resistance is about 400, about these round number pivots. I can't tell you how long it's going to remain within this consolidation, but what I can tell you is the breakout, when it eventually comes, is most likely to be upward, and the longer it remains within a consolidation, the stronger and longer the resulting bullish movement, if it is indeed upward, is likely to be. Within the consolidation, we can see overall that volume is relatively light. That's normal within a consolidation. It happened here as well. Volume declines, remains quite light. We see an upward breakout. Volume starts to push price higher. And then toward the end of the bullish movement, volume declines. And now it's overall quite light. On balance, volume is bearish. It broke below a support line. This is a somewhat relevant support line. It's not got strong technical significance, about average technical significance, and so I'd expect within this consolidation a downward swing to continue until it gets to about support, about 180. ADX at the monthly chart level is declining. There's no clear trend. After that bearish divergence, RSI's moved well back into neutral territory. There's plenty of room again for a trend to develop, but the ADX line is still declining. It's well above the DX lines. I'd expect it to continue lower, the DX lines to start to whipsaw, and then ADX to start to increase, showing us a new trend. Hasn't done that yet. Money flow also neutral, also exhibited clear, strong, bearish double divergence at the high. ATR starting to decline during this consolidation, normal behaviour. So within the consolidation, stochastics is entering oversold, and price is moving closer to support. So I'd expect this overall downward swing to continue until price finds support about 180 and stochastics gets properly oversold. At the weekly chart level here we can see the downward swing in more detail. It's choppy, it's overlapping, absolutely normal behaviour. When price is moving within a consolidation, I'll be looking out for support, most likely about 180, and here's that final resistance, about 400. Within this consolidation, there are further areas of resistance and support. Currently, it looks like support about 235 was broken, and a back test is testing resistance now about 235. There was a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern here in the last completed week. This one here is incomplete. We're only in Thursday, so here's the last completed week. It's a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, but so far, unless Friday's session is really bullish, so far there's no follow through. So watch this current candlestick carefully. Watch how it closes. If it closes red, strongly red, then there's no follow through from the bullish candlestick pattern, and I wouldn't expect it's indicating a sustained low. I'd expect that this is a back test of resistance about 235. Look out for overall continuing downward movement about to 180. Volume is pushing price lower at the weekly chart level. That's bearish for the short term. The last signal from on-balance volume was a break below support. This is bearish. A test of resistance. This too is bearish. So that supports the view of expecting overall continuing downward movement to about 180 for Tesla here. ADX is increasing, it's below 15, it's telling us there's a downward trend in an early stage. This is a very bearish signal from ADX. Again, expect price is most likely overall now to continue a bit lower to about 180. RSI neutral, money flow neutral, and stochastics oversold. ATR declining as price moves overall lower. So here's this downward swing, a test of resistance about 230, a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern here, and a hanging man candlestick pattern after this little bit of an upward bounce here. Look out for immediate support about 205, then 188, and stronger below that about 180. Volume was declining as price moved higher, so this looks like a counter trend movement within an ongoing larger downward swing within that big consolidation. For the very short term, here's an interesting one. Watch on balance volume carefully. It's got a weak little range. A break above resistance would be a weak bullish signal. A break below support here would be a weak bearish signal. So watch that one for a very short term signal. ADX is declining. There's no clear trend at the daily chart level. RSI, money flow, and stochastics all neutral. ATR declining as price moves higher supports the view that this is probably a counter trend movement. This previous downward trend here at the daily chart level, this is a trend within the larger consolidation at a higher time frame. Here's that downward trend. ADX reached extreme but not very extreme, and RSI reached oversold but did not exhibit bullish divergence. I'd expect if we see ADX start to turn up, it's already extreme. The next downward swing could be the last one within the larger bigger consolidation, that big move down to support about 180. These charts all fit really nicely together. So that's my expectation for the short term for Tesla. Overall downward movement to about 180. If it gets there, I'll start to look for good bullish divergence and an extreme downward trend. If we see it, then I'd expect it to turn and start to move overall higher to about 400. That's it from me today with your Tesla update. Thank you so much for your support, all of my membership at Pure Elliott Wave, and all of the subscribers and commenters on the YouTube channel, and especially the Coins Kids crew. I hope you enjoy this non-crypto update of one of the larger equities in the US. Thank you for your support.